so freaking hot. Oh yeah. I'm wearing my pajamas so that it feels like we're having a sleepover. Today I'm about to on a bunch of movies. I'm gonna be recommending a bunch of shows as well as completely on them because to just keep things interesting for you. The first part is gonna be shows and the second part is gonna be a bunch of movies. So you're probably thinking, why is she saying movies right now? Originally I was gonna do shows and movies, but then I realized that if I actually combined all of my shows and the movies, by the time I get to finish editing this video, quarantine would have been over and you wouldn't even have the time to actually watch it. Unless, of course, quarantine is never over and then we're screwed forever. Back to the video. I'm gonna start with this Netflix series that I really hate, and it's called 13 Reasons Why. This show like literally just defeated the purpose of its entire like initial objectives. I think the entire backbone of the story is the girl, Hannah Baker, kind of using her suicide as a weapon. Doesn't like prevent suicide, instead uses it for revenge. It would have been such a good series for people who actually do struggle with like mental illness and all that and depression. There is like a set of rules that you're supposed to follow when it comes to like discussing or making a film or showing graphics that are related to suicide, and this show literally disobeyed all of that.
It increases when the story explicitly describes the suicide method, uses dramatic/graphic headlines or images, and repeated/extensive coverage sensationalize or glamorizes a death. They suggest avoiding including photos/videos of the location or method of death, and the foundation specifically states that reducing a suicide's cause to a singular cause, such as bullying, leaves the public with an overly simplistic and misleading understanding of suicide.
Like, it almost gave an instructional video on how to commit suicide. I feel like there were also like more suicides after that show came out. It more so discusses why you should kill yourself as opposed to preventing suicide. Life is mean as fuck, and we don't need a show that makes it look like suicide is our only option, because it's really not. My recommendation for shows that will actually discuss substance abuse, depression, mental illness properly is BoJack Horseman. Now, I know what you're thinking, like when people first see BoJack Horseman, they're like, what the hell is that? It's a talking horse.
I'm responsible for my own happiness. I can't even be responsible for my own breakfast.
It uses animation to kind of discuss all of these like really dark themes in a way that isn't gonna be triggering or isn't gonna be like violent and graphic. If you're going through like a really tough time in your life, I highly recommend this show.
Now, I spend a lot of time with the real me, and believe me, nobody's gonna love that guy.
Okay.
Now, if you'll excuse me, I need to go take a shower, so I can't tell if I'm crying or not.
There was also like really good female characters there.
You gotta get your shit together. So yesterday you let yourself fall in love a little bit and you got your heart broken. Serves you right for having feelings.
BoJack is an actor who has already reached his like peak at Hollywood. He's already been extremely successful, and now he's just like working his way after that, like after the high of that, of being like really successful in Hollywood. There's a lot of humor in it that I feel like a lot of people won't get if they're not like super into like Hollywood and that entire industry. It just discusses everything so well. I'm like literally rambling so much.
Oh my god. Oh my god.
It gets easier.
Huh?
Every day it gets a little easier.
Yeah?
But you gotta do it every day. That's the hard part. But it does get easier.
Okay.
That clip was 20 seconds long, and it did a better job at keeping me alive than the entirety of 13 Reasons Why. That's a show that doesn't make me want to kill myself. Another one that really is like a self-improvement type of show.
You, Eleanor Shellstrop, are dead.
Cool.
Now, The Good Place revolves around Eleanor Shellstrop. I love Kristen Bell so much. She's my favorite actress. She's so talented. I love her so much. She's basically dead, and then she enters this afterlife, and
there's been a big mistake. I'm not supposed to be here.
really discusses a lot about morality, a lot about philosophy, and also Manny is really hot in that show. So it really like makes you like reflect on a lot of things. Like after you're dead, like if you want to be like a better person in life, you know, it will really inspire you to be that person.
Somebody royally forked up. Somebody forked up. Why can't I say fork?
If you're trying to curse, you can't hear. I guess a lot of people in this neighborhood don't like it, so it's prohibited.
That's bullshit.
I can't really say much without completely spoiling everything because a lot happens on this show, so I'm just gonna move on. Next extremely shitty show is Riverdale. I actually gave Riverdale a chance. Like I too was very attracted to like how it was like promoted in the media with like the little neon lights, the Cole Sprouse, and it's gonna remind me of my childhood and Disney. But then like I watched it and I was like, what the hell is this? Recently I saw this wonderful video from an episode. I don't know what episode it is, but I saw it on Twitter and it's just like literally just look at it for yourself.
I'm sorry I'm different now. I guess death just changes a person. Inside I'm high, outside the crowd and all the rest illusion.
I thought this was Riverdale, not Glee.
I've noticed you're pretending to masturbate, and I was wondering if you wanted to talk about it.
And the only teenage movie that I really love is Sex Education. Sex Education is just such a good show. I really wish we had like actual sex education, but we don't have that. And there, I learned so much. Like I think I have vagismus, which is like a topic that they discuss there, and it's like it's so funny. It's so the way it's directed is also really nice. I have nothing bad to say about it. Also, Otis's mom is hot as fuck.
I wish my mom was a sex guru.
So, why don't you start by telling me your earliest memory of your scrotum?
I am gonna get so much hate from this, but don't get me wrong, I love Victorious. Like, I watched it when I was a kid. Ariana Grande is there, and I love Ariana Grande. I would literally let Ariana Grande shit all over my face. Like, where is this going? Victorious has so much weird, like, sexual innuendos.
I mean, I'm a throat player.
Doesn't count.
That sounds kind of gross.
I've always gotten A's in music. How does a person go from an A to a D?
Happened to me in 8th grade.
You'd have to be pretty skinny to slide under that laser beam and not hit.
So which one of us is the flattest?
Nice fingering. And I love you. Upside down, touch my toes.
Don't even get me started on how Dan Schneider incorporates his foot fetish into the show. That guy's fucking weird. And like the main character, Tori Vega, kind of ends up being such a shitty character all throughout the show. Like there's like an episode where Andre's dating a girl for like career purposes, and then she's like, oh, you have to break up with her because you don't even really love her.
Yes, dump her tonight.
But then Andre's like,
what if I said you could sing the song with me?
Dump her tomorrow.
what? Because Tori is the main character of the show, kind of sucks because she kind of looks like the most basic person on the show. Like every other character around her is kind of a lot more interesting than her, so it kind of makes it look like the more basic you are, the less weird you are, the better you are. And I feel like people should be able to like embrace their weirdness, and like people like Jade are vilified into being like this really dark character, and she's like a mean person and nobody actually likes her.
And you forgot that Jade is a mean, vicious person with deep psychological problems.
Yeah, I forgot those things.
If you're girly and you're not into that dark stuff and you're always happy and positive, they've progressively made Kat Valentine a lot dumber than she originally was.
My hair color has nothing to do with my psychological problem.
1, 2, 4.
A really good kids show, on the other hand, is Avatar: The Last Airbender. I'm not gonna lie, I didn't watch Avatar as a kid. I only like recently watched it. Like I think I watched it last year because when I was a kid I never watched like shows where a boy was the main character. I was like, ew, I hate boys. So I never watched that stuff. But then a lot of people like recommended it to me.
That's from the water drop!
It discusses so much politics for some reason and social issues. You don't even have to be a kid to like Avatar. You can watch it at any freaking age that you want. I enjoyed it. It didn't seem like too childish to me at all. Like if you're 30, watch it. If you're 70, watch it. If you're 100, if you're dead, if you're a fucking fetus, watch it. Like literally, it's so good. I would let my children watch it if I ever did have children.
I want this. I'll give you $8 for it.
No way, the tag says 12.
$9, and I'll give you some free business advice.
Deal. What's the advice?
This is an original 1970s East-West calfskin motorcycle jacket in perfect condition. Know what you're worth? Because you just got played.
Another really good show is Girlboss. I love Girlboss so much. I'm a little embarrassed to recommend this because it has a really low ass rating on Rotten Tomatoes, but it is business related ish. It's like just one season. Girlboss is all about the story of Sophia Amoruso, the CEO. I think she owns Nasty Gal. It's basically like how she was like at rock bottom at first, and then she managed to build like such a really good business. It was just like so inspiring. Like although it is like a true story, it's still like super exciting. I think it's normal for autobiography type of films to change it up a little bit. A lot of the stuff there are like very exciting, but some aren't really true. But the character is just so lovable, even though everybody seems to hate her character. The character is not perfect. She's disgusting. She's like, after I watched it, I actually made like a carousel account, and then I wanted to like sell my clothes too, but then people started scamming me, so... Another business related show is a reality show called Shark Tank. It's such a funny show. I mean, like it's kind of like fun seeing a bunch of like the contestants get roasted. So basically Shark Tank is about these panel of judges who are actually billionaires. A bunch of contestants would pitch in their business ideas or pitch in their businesses. One of the billionaires are able to get like an equity from their business in exchange for some money. Like they're gonna give $300,000 or something to invest in the business.
I'll make you a millionaire within a year.
Lori helped me get into every Bed Bath & Beyond, and now we've topped $85 million in sales.
My friend and I wanted to make a business. Like until now we're still trying to make that business happen, and then we would literally watch like episodes of that show just to motivate ourselves to like work hard for our business. It's really fun. You're able to observe like how to pitch, how to like convince people. If you're gonna take a business one day, you're gonna love that show. You're gonna love that show if you're like really into money and stuff, which I really I love money. I love talking about.
And that's the end of the video. I did not get to do a proper outro because my proper outro is like in movie form. So maybe I do a movie favorites video. I hope I didn't offend you if I shat on one of the shows that you actually really like. But like, I think you should rethink your choices. That is all. Thank you so much for watching. Please subscribe if you want to end misogyny. Bye.